Today's show is going to be very different. Part of my, quote, weekly motivational special, but it's more like a monthly motivational special. But I challenge you to listen to the very end, especially if you're an atheist, especially if you're a non-Christian, and you follow Hollywood's letter of the law to mock us and mock Jesus. Why, though? Why are you listening to Hollywood and pop culture? Listen to this red pill and I guarantee there's something in it for you. What exactly are you fighting for? Is it for righteousness? Is it for money? Is it for personal gain? These are the questions I'm asking you today. Do you fight for the side of good? Or do you work for the side of evil? Are you ready to rejoin the army of light? You might not realize it yet, but you exposing the enemy, you revealing the evidence of Pizzagate, you helping Trump get elected, are on the side of good and righteousness. And you can follow that moral code up the ladder to chivalry, to honor, to courage, to valor, and different virtues of this world. But then you go one step above that, and it's good versus evil. But above that, it's even deeper. It is God versus Satan. It is two cosmic entities from the beginning of time battling over your mind and your heart. And one of these entities hates you, despises you, stumbles you, and wants nothing but evil in this world, degeneracy everywhere. But the other entity, for some mysterious, unknown reason, loves you more than anybody in this existence. Loves you like a creator loves its creation. It's a mystery. Us as mankind has zero understanding of why this creator loves us. But it should humble you, and you should be thankful for it. This creator made you perfect in his eyes. You might have a flaw, but to him it's not a flaw. You are unique. And I'm here to remind you how special you are. There's only one of you in existence. And your skill set is unique to your character in this simulation called life. And God, the creator of this simulation, entered his own computer, became man in flesh, and experienced life from beginning to end. From a crying baby in a cave in a stone manger all the way to the cross, that a unique celestial event occurred where a star was seen all across the world. Chinese manuscripts talk about it, and wise men came to visit this unique child, and God revealed himself to the lowliest of people, the shepherds in the field. Back then, being a shepherd was looked down upon, and the lowest of jobs. And why did God do this? To relate to the very lowest of us. He wasn't revealed to kings. He wasn't born in riches. He was born in the lowest of situations. But he becomes the King of Kings and ruler of all. This is God's humor, the paradox effect. From lowest to highest. The first shall be last and the last shall be first. This is divine humor in my eyes. Now, some of you out there are saying, Bellagio, Muhammad is real, Buddha is real, but Jesus is not real. And I challenge you to go across America. Go to universities, libraries. There is not one encyclopedia in the world that doesn't acknowledge Jesus Christ as a historic figure, a man that actually existed historically. So if you want to fight history, if you want to fight factual, recorded knowledge, then fine. But on this channel, we acknowledge Jesus as man, as historical fact, and as the Son of God. Everything about Jesus, you already embody. You are fighting a guerrilla war against the powers of this world, the same thing Jesus did. You are fighting the Jewish-controlled Hollywood mechanism, the powers that be of this time, just like Jesus did. You are exposing the enemy, their hypocrisy, their hubris, openly, just as Jesus did. You are more like him than you ever thought. And this man beat the enemy with knowledge, superior intellect. He could have led a rebellion. He could have been king, just like George Washington. They wanted him to be king of America. But both figures refused to be king of this world, on this world, because Jesus already had kingship over everything. This God came here and allowed man to kill him. Thank God for God not being God on earth and annihilating us when we tried to crucify him. And I'm bringing this fact up because this is the only thing that can defeat the enemy system. You have to realize the elite, politicians, religions, powers that be, they are not atheists. I say this all the time. They are purebred, unapologetic Satanists. And to believe in Satan, you have to believe in God. There's not one without the other. It is a spiritual battle of light versus dark, of good versus evil. Everything. I see it everywhere. In politics, in finance, in trade, on TV, in Hollywood movies. There is a constant meme and mentality to promote anti-Christianity, anti-Jesus values. Why is that? Answer me that. You, Mr. Atheist, who is against Hillary Clinton, who is against the enemy system, who is against the New World Order and the Illuminati, why have you not identified their biggest threat, their most advanced evil to the establishment is Jesus? He is the antithesis of everything they stand for, and they openly promote his hate. There's a reason for it. The archetype is there in every Hollywood movie that has good versus evil. And I tell you this today because I don't want you to go out there and get a pope or get a religion and get a ritual. I want you to get a relationship with God. I want you to unlock the ability to talk to God, because it's very possible and very easy. Without the pope, without priests. You are the priest who is called to be under the order of Melchizedek. You don't need someone to be a middleman. You could be the direct link. And this relationship will spawn in you all the confidence, courage, and calmness you need in this life. It took me out of the proverbial darkness and set me on a journey to awaken you. There is nothing required except offering yourself up as a living sacrifice to God. What does that mean? That means first, you ask God to reveal himself to you. Sincerely, you speak out loud. Just you by yourself. It could be in the woods, at home, at work. And you say, God, I've done it my way my entire life. And I've steered this ship into rocks, into lighthouses, into sandbars. And I can't do it anymore. I want you to take the wheel, take charge, and guide me. And that simple prayer has unlocked in you the ability to discern. Ask Jesus to be Lord of your life, and you just joined the army of God. And you have extra tools now, spiritual tools to fight the enemy. These Satanists have their tools, their rituals, their sacrificing to gain their power politically, economically, but you have access to better tools. Try it out. You have nothing to lose. You've tried yoga. You've tried Buddhism. You've tried New Age. You've tried my higher power, my higher self. Try the original equation that created you. Give it a try. You've tried every MTV bullshit religion out there. And I am living proof that you do not have to be perfect. Get that through your head. Nobody is perfect except God. And you're one step closer to perfectness by following God. This is imperative, people. This is life and death. The enemy is waging war against you psychologically, technologically, spiritually. They have the gay imperialists out there waging homosexual warfare to degrade this nation and degrade the world with degeneracy, with pure vileness, Sodom and Gomorrah level of evil. We know now it's not about marriage, it's not about love for them. It's about being a dog, having puppy love, literal, wearing dog masks. It's about sexualizing the youth. It's about confusion. Look around you, you will see the spiritual war happening. You're sitting there praying the freaking Michio Kaku for a physics lesson. I'm telling you what the answer is to beat these people. It's not Q. It's not YouTube sensationalism. It's not finding out the next piece of knowledge. It's getting back to your roots as a human being. Once you take this step, things will be revealed to you. You don't need to go out and find information. It'll be revealed to you. You have no idea the power that you hold once you relight the tower in your heart of Christianity. The media, the news, the movies will paint a picture of what Christianity is, and it's not that. It is crusader level warfare against Satan in these end times. It is a fiery spirit that gets set into your heart to fight this evil. You are halfway there. Find a good Bible-based, Jesus-oriented church. If you go into the church and you're sitting there singing hymns that don't make you feel better, and they give a lesson that's not Bible-oriented, find another church. I have found, in my experience, non-denominational to be the most original form of Christianity that is Bible-based and Jesus-oriented. It could be any denomination that is feeding you and making you grow spiritually. You'll know what that feels like. It's like plugging into the power grid and getting supercharged up. There are scientific studies, since you atheists love science, that prove just attending a church service, a Christian church service, it benefits you on a subconscious and psychological level. Just go, observe the praise, listen to the message, greet the people, they're always real friendly, and I guarantee you will leave there in a better mood, in a better frame of mind, and a little bit more clear-headed. Because the enemy is using psychological warfare and subliminal warfare against you. And going to a church is a way of sanitizing their attack. You can also start by just reading the Bible. Multiple versions are the best. To read the same chapter with different versions of English Bibles. I use the North American Standard Bible because it's the most original to the original Greek translations of the Bible. The Greek Bible is the oldest Bible in history, even older than the Hebrew Bible, and the English language cannot come close to the descriptiveness of Greek language or even Hebrew language. They have multiple words for the same word that we have. They have like 4 different words for love, each with different meanings. So when you read an English Bible and multiple versions, you'll get the best idea of the original meaning behind the words. That's my technique. Study it, get deep, start with a book and just read and absorb it. Start with John in the New Testament and work your way to the right. And then when you hit the end, start at the beginning in Genesis and then do the Old Testament. The Old Testament is important because even the Jews have rejected it. The normies will say, oh, the Old Testament is the Jewish Bible. Wrong, it's not. They don't care about the Old Testament anymore. They just care about Moloch and Baal. Everything will make sense to you once you get into the Bible. Why the Jews have abandoned God time after time again. Why he was meant for the Gentiles and you. The enemy will say that you have a Judeo-Christian religion, and that is false. That term came around in the early 40s and 50s. It doesn't matter when it came about. What matters is it's a lie. There is no such thing as Judeo-Christianity. The Jews hate you. They hate you as a Christian. So it's time to take up your medieval roots and acknowledge that you are a sovereign religion, away from all that. Stand your ground, rise up, and gain true knowledge. Thank you for listening. If you liked it, put a thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. Thank you for listening to the rantings of a madman, of the time stalker, who's seen the future and knows that the only possible outcome is the annihilation of self and mankind, or the acceptance of a savior, because we cannot do this alone. You stay sovereign out there. Stay sentient.